Welcome to Python for Introductory Statistics. In this video, you will learn how to use the input function from Python to read someone's or user's response from the keyboard. Now let's go ahead and open any browser you like. Probably Google Chrome is the best, but I'm going to use Mozilla Firefox. This time, let's go to google.com. And if you are already signed in, as you can see here, I'm already signed in as. This time we'll open it from our Google Drive. So if you click here, and there's a Google Drive here. So if we click on Google Drive, if you already have few files ready, they will be listed on your Google Drive, and there is a link or a folder for Colab notebooks. So there are three files that we've been working on. So we can open one of this. So let's say we open this, and now we're going to use the link. Now, look, this looks like it's getting too long. So let's open a new notebook file, new notebook. All right. So today we're going to learn how to use the function input. So when you remember, print was something that displays from the program displays for us. Input is when the program is looking for an entry or a data from the user. And by default, so let's call this some letter. Let's call it x. X is equal to input. Let's say we want to ask the person, give us a radius, so the radius of a circle, all right? So let's say, what is the radius of the circle? And let's say once we're given the radius of the circle, we will be able to, let's say, give the area. So we'll put a new line now. The first thing we'll do is, by default, when the computer reads any input from the keyboard, it assumes it's not a number, it's a letter. So we're going to make sure that it changes it into a number. And we do that by changing it into, let's say, int, which means it will change it to an integer. So what it will do is it will grab whatever the user gave it and it will change it into an integer. And then we can import numpy. And then, if you remember, the area is going to be what? Numpy.py, which is for pi. And then times whatever is x, which is going to read it from the user, and then square it, which is uh, asterisk asterisk 2. And then we'll say print the area is, let's say, this is going to be whatever the letter or the variable area is saved up there. So basically, let's look at this and you will have more idea. So when we run this, by the way, this space don't mean anything. We can remove them. It just looks better when you have space. So let's run this. And now it's going to wait for the user to provide. So it says, what is the radius of the circle? So let's say the radius is 5. Then we press enter. Then it took the 5. It made sure that this was a number, not a letter, by changing it to int. And then it found numpy, which is a pi, the 3.14, multiplied by x squared. And it said that the area is 78.539 and so on. Now, if we run this code one more time, it will ask us again, what's the radius of the circle? This time we can say the radius is 500 miles. And when we press enter, it will process all this and it will print the area is area. Now remember, this area is right from this line, and this line defines what the area is. So this is one way to use, to ask a user to enter data, and then you can process and give an output.